All right, welcome to another Sunday morning, windy, damp morning here on the weekly Rapp with Vachon and Rapp. And I am Frank Rapp.
I'm Matt Vachon.
And we are here to talk everything about wrestling, sports, and everything else under the sun. I guess first we'll start off with your shirt. He's back. And we're talking about not Matt Vachon, John Cena. John Cena is back. What do you think about John Cena being back?
Well, he's back, but he's still he's not a full timer. Anyway, because he does a lot of things now. So, he's back for a little while. And I've always liked Cena, so it's like I don't know. It's good for the company to have one of, if not like their biggest baby faces back. So even though the fans kind of hate it.
Oh, actually, the fans really cheered him on last Sunday when he came back. It was a very pleasant surprise. I didn't think he'd be back so soon.
Yeah,
but he's back. He's looks like gonna be fighting Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. They had their first house show last night in Pittsburgh, and the main event was Cena and the Mysterios versus Roman and the Usos.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So Cena's going to be busy for the next month doing house shows and things like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So they've
I didn't realize that he would be on house shows and stuff.
Well, I mean, they need to bring their business back. So I mean, one way people are going to come back is to see John Cena. Let's be real.
True. Yeah.
They're not going to be buying tickets for the people they have now.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that any disrespect to anybody, but I'm not going to go buy a ticket to see Roman Reigns and the Usos fight somebody because I just don't care.
Yeah.
If maybe Edge was on a house show and he was advertised, maybe that would entice me to buy a ticket. But if John Cena was there, yeah, I'd go.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's like probably $20, $25 to where we sit, and it's a free night of entertainment. So,
well, good example, a few years back when WWE came to Maine and they did Bangor, Portland, and Augusta. Cena was at the Augusta show, so I went to the Augusta show instead of the Bangor show, just so that I could go see Cena. So,
I don't remember if I went to either of those shows.
Yeah.
Most likely, I probably didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember what else was on the card. He was the only. I was just there to see him. So
I think the last show I went to was Reigns was supposed to be there, and then that was when he found out he had leukemia, so they pulled him from the show. And I can't remember when that was. Yeah, so I don't remember. But
time flies.
We do have a funny story where we were at the same show, and the main event of the show was all foreign people, and Lana got on the microphone because everyone started chanting USA, and she said that all these guys are foreign, you morons, or something along those lines. That was like the best line of the whole show.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure John and Travis were probably like first row of that show.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I was up in the bleachers a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, we were on the side where the wrestlers come in on the side, and we saw Arn Anderson and things like that. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, live on the Peacock, we have Team USA is only up 4 against France in the fourth quarter.
And just checking who does France even have on their team for
Rudy Gobert and
Batum,
Fournier from the Celtics.
Okay. So they have a few good players. But
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but still, shouldn't be. We're Team USA,
right?
Shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. What a weird team. What a weird
Oh,
team.
dude, we'll get into that later. Like, this is
Yeah.
terrible. So we have Cena's back. Cool, great. The pay-per-view last Sunday, I actually watched the whole thing and actually enjoyed it. Except for the men's Money in the Bank, which Peacock froze and screwed up. So a lot of people missed that match, including myself.
Yeah.
So I it came back and Big E won, and I was like, oh, okay,
Cool.
yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But honestly though, like I thought it was a pretty decent pay-per-view for them.
Yeah.
Like we said last week, fans help. So and it seemed
Yeah.
like fans help.
Yeah.
So Monday we had 2 returns. One return I didn't think of, and then another return we already talked about. But Keith Lee came back and got squashed by Lashley.
Yeah. Because that's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And they did something else too, which I'm going to get into. So they bring Keith Lee back, who hasn't been on TV since February. They squash him to Lashley, and then your favorite wrestler in the entire world comes back, Goldberg.
Yes. Finally. He makes his return.
I mean,
Again.
I have no words.
Yeah.
So to me, that says that since they couldn't sign Lesnar, they just decided to bring Goldberg back in his spot.
Yeah.
But a very interesting note I saw on Twitter. So the last time Goldberg came back, Keith Lee fought Drew McIntyre and lost, and then Goldberg came back out, and then he did the same thing to Lashley.
Interesting.
Kind of coincidence, huh?
Yeah. Right.
Probably not. Probably not. So Goldberg's back, and he says that Lashley's next.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was a great promo.
Yeah.
Great intense stare down. True Goliath.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this match. I think it's going to be probably the match of the year.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, maybe in the decade.
It's going to go 10 minutes. It's maybe less.
Yeah, probably less.
It's going to be great. I cannot wait to watch this match, and I hope Goldberg wins. I hope he wins. Hope he wins the title.
Sure he will. Yeah.
I hope he wins, and then I hope he drops it to, I don't know, Bruce Pritchard in the parking lot in a back alley fight on Raw or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So the WWE right now is banking on Goldberg, Edge, Cena. Roman's older.
Yeah.
To like push their company.
Yeah.
AEW is main eventing with Darby Allin versus Ethan Page.
Yeah.
You know, and they're kind of pushing younger guys. I mean, Omega's older.
Yeah.
The Bucks are older. Like, they could be signing 2 older guys too. We'll get into that a little later as a tease.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't feel like there's a lot of young. I mean, MJF is young, but they're not really pushing him that much. Jungle Boy's young, and that's fucking. You haven't seen him on TV in weeks. So, and I don't count Dark or Dark Elevation as fucking TV time because it doesn't count because it's on fucking YouTube. So, you can't count that shit. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, are they making a mistake by pushing these older guys at WWE, or is AEW making a mistake by pushing all these young guys? Like, do we really know? Do we really care?
Well, like for me, from my perspective, like with the WWE, it's like I get sick and tired of seeing like the same guys, like all the just pushing the same guys all the time. And everyone else gets mad about it too because they're like, we're tired of you like constantly shoving these guys down our throat. It's like, let us make the faces and everything else and the heels. But AEW, it's like, like we talk about, it's like they do a good job, like, with the younger guys and everything, but still, people are still losing to Cody. People are still losing to the Bucks. So it's kind of like, and Kenny. So it's like, um, it's nice that they're elevating these guys, but they're still not like taking them to that next level. So
No, and speaking of the Bucks, they changed their Twitter bio to hopefully they take our finish. Talking about the two rumors that we're going to talk about.
yeah,
Like, okay, come on. Like,
yeah,
so we'll get back to Raw real quick. So Karrion Kross made his Raw debut and lost to Jeff Hardy in 2 minutes.
yeah,
Jeff Hardy had his legs on the ropes and pinned him. So that, in my mind, ultimately buries the NXT title once again on Monday Night Raw.
yeah,
So basically, that means Vince gives two shits about NXT.
yeah,
Even though that's a better product than anything he has on TV.
yeah. It's his way of saying, as a reminder, that NXT is still the minor leagues, and nobody from NXT can beat any of these WWE guys. So, which sucks because, like you said, it is like a far better product. So,
hands down, far better product.
Yeah.
But when you have someone that is running one company that's more or less in touch with everything,
yeah,
and Vince, who was not, I mean, fuck. Triple H's first couple signings were what, like Kenta, and I think he signed Zayn and Owens early. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he brought in people that had a big indie name back in like 14, and because he had his finger on he had his finger on the pulse, or he had people working for him that had their finger on the pulse, and they said sign this guy. He said okay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, okay, let's go back to like 05 real quick. Nobody in their right mind thought they'd sign CM Punk when they did.
Right.
The only reason they signed Punk is because he had an indie name back in the day.
Yeah.
He didn't have their look. He had tattoos and long hair. And they had nobody with tattoos and long hair back then. Now everybody has fucking tattoos and long hair.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so I guess, yeah, this is just Vince's way of more or less saying too, I still run this bitch and it's my company and I do what I want.
Yeah.
And I don't
like,
give
I
a
wonder sometimes if it's like, because he's so involved in everything, and and sometimes I don't, I'm not sure if it's because he's so involved. I don't know if out of touch is the right word, but it's like that saying, can't see the forest through the trees. He's just like he's so into it, but he can't really see like what's going on around him. He just can't see it. So,
well, when you don't watch your own product or watch anything else, you can't be in touch with what's going on. There's no way he watches NXT.
Yeah. No.
I mean, that trip to the Performance Center he made a couple weeks ago, I think was probably one of the first times he's ever been there.
Yeah.
And that was his money that built that place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you don't go down there, like, when you're a general manager of like a baseball team and you don't go down to your farm system to see what's going on, kind of the same thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, any good general manager knows what you have in single A, double A, and triple A.
Yeah.
And Vince doesn't know what he has because he doesn't go. Because he doesn't get two fucking shits, which is sad. But in retrospect, guys like Cole, Gargano, Ciampa, Riley, Fish, people like that are never going to go to the main roster because they're never going to get over.
Yeah, right.
Because Vince won't allow him to get over.
Yeah.
Like Karrion Kross, you more or less just buried that guy.
Yeah.
Forever. Because there was chants Tuesday night at the show. They were chanting Jeff Hardy when he came out for a promo or something, and they had to reshoot it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you more or less killed that guy. Good job, Vince.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, I guess it's what we do now. We just bury people.
Yeah.
So Tuesday they announced that Joe's going to most likely fight Karrion Kross
Yeah.
next show, which is the day after SummerSlam. SummerSlam's on Saturday, NXT's on Sunday.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Yeah. It's kind of cool though. So
Yeah.
because you can, because I always hated staying up late watching those Sunday night pay-per-views when I had to work the next day.
Yeah.
I like the Saturday night and the Sun, and NXT's a shorter show. So,
so not to cut you off, but France just took the lead with 50 seconds to go and USA's down 2. And Durant just shot a 3 and missed.
Perfect.
And Bam got the rebound and got fouled. Oh, now it's a jump ball. Good Lord, this is not good for these guys. Good Lord, this is terrible.
Yeah.
How do you lose? How are you going to lose to France?
I don't know. I mean, how do we lose to any of these people we've lost to? So
I don't know. And why is Devin Booker on the floor? They have Drew Holiday, Zach LaVine, and Durant and Bam on the floor. And USA just fouled, and Durant just missed a 3. And Dame gets it back. Drew Holiday in the corner for 3, and he missed. And France had a guy on the ground in pain, and they couldn't make a basket. Wow, they're trash. Okay.
yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So, Dynamite on Wednesday.
Yeah, it got pretty wild pretty quick.
Yeah. They brought the garbage basically on national TV now.
Yeah.
The drug addicted bank robber is now going to be on national TV. A man who robs a bank with no mask, but yet wears a mask to the ring, is going to be on national TV on Wednesday. In the main event against a 50-year-old Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Yeah.
A no disqualifications match.
Yep. There will be blood.
But not as much as last night.
No. Gross. But yeah, like I don't and I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like obviously for the storyline, it's like you have to, Jericho has to win for the storyline too.
Oh, does he?
Well, here's the thing. He's got to win or something to continue the 5 trials, or he gets hurt so badly against him and he goes and does Fozzy shows and then he comes back. But, I don't know. I don't know. I think, but Gage came out and said, I'd rather die than lose to Chris Jericho or whatever. So, I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I don't like this at all. So
yeah, right.
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of that match either to kick off the show.
Yeah.
Look, we love Jericho. Both of our friends love Jericho. He's really lost a step in a year.
Yeah, for sure.
But when these guys don't wrestle every day and they wrestle once a month, sometimes once every 3 months, you're going to lose some stuff. And I don't care who you are. Like, I haven't played basketball in a year and I've lost a lot. I know I've lost a lot. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yep.
I'm older now. So, Jericho's old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to see Jericho in a no DQ match against Nick Gage on national TV.
Well, and we've said before, Jericho just does so much too between, the podcast and Fozzy and, everything else. He stays pretty busy. So it's so he's not, I don't think he's one of those guys that's, training day in and day out, and that, and at his age and his place in his career, he probably doesn't necessarily have to, but it's going to look, you're going to notice it when you watch it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's too bad, but he's still a good character. You know, he's still like I don't know. Like he still tells good stories, so that's good.
Yeah, but what's the story here? Like, why fight this guy so early?
Yeah.
Unless they're
Yeah.
gonna do something screwy.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest problem with that was when he came out, when Gage came out, like he's the heel, and he came
Yeah.
out as a fucking baby face, and he was
Yeah.
pumping up the crowd and everything else. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't this guy supposed to be a heel? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why is he pandering to the crowd for?
Yeah, true.
But in reality, that's the most people he's probably ever been in front of in his entire
Yep.
life.
Yep. Yep, for
And
sure.
Wednesday's going to be the same thing.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't bring that guy in, but that's just me.
No, yeah, same.
You know, when you intentionally cut people with light tubes and pizza cutters, just because you can,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good.
And we're both at that point in our lives where it's like we don't want to see all the blood and gore and shit. It's
No,
like,
I didn't want to see what I saw last night on Twitter, but I just wanted to see what was going to happen. And
yeah.
all right, we'll talk about it. Like, okay, so Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, fought Nick Gage in a death match last night in the GCW Homecoming Show, night 1 in Atlantic City. Let's just say Cardona, I can't even describe it at this point. If you want to go online and see, you can see the pictures. He got sliced with light tubes. He got sliced with pizza cutters. He was a fucking mess on his face. Yeah. His arm was fucking like shredded. His whole back was bloody. And the best thing about the whole thing was he fucking won their title.
Yeah.
And the fans fucking went ape shit, throwing bottles at him and everything. He literally got his belt, did a pose, and like ran out into the fucking back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was so when ECW ran the show where they said if Cena wins we riot, they more or less wanted to riot when he won that. Yeah. He had so much heat and going into that. He had so much heat.
Yep.
Gage was bleeding. They went through a fucking pane of glass at one point. Like Gage speared Ryder through a pane of glass, and then Ryder superplexed him through a pane of glass that was set up on 2 chairs. Light tubes to the back, light tubes to the head. He got sliced open with the pizza cutter, just like doing this.
Yeah.
And he was a bloody mess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Like I don't have any use for any of that, you know.
No.
So
no. Nope. And now he's their champion, and I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is he there full time? Is Gage gone because of the AEW thing? Like, I can't imagine AEW signing Nick Gage.
No, I can't either. No.
But I don't know. I mean, at this point, I mean, Booker of the Year, Tony Khan, who knows what the fuck he's doing? So
yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I would, you know, I hope this is like, you know, he's got like a 10-day contract or whatever, but I have no idea. So I haven't heard anything. So
well, how much could you get paid for that? Honestly,
I don't know. I mean, it's still more than what he makes. Yeah.
Is it?
Maybe I don't know.
I think he makes a lot with that podcast.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, because Plaps Blue Ribbons is like a huge sponsor for them now. So
yeah.
Garbage wrestling at its finest.
Yeah, I don't know.
And people go crazy for this shit.
Yeah.
And it's cringeworthy for me.
Yeah.
At my old advanced age.
Yeah. And I meant Nick Gage with a 10-day contract.
I can't.
I can't see them like signing him
unless we know he's getting something for coming in, so he's getting he's probably getting what, $1,000.
Yeah.
And they're putting him up for the they're putting him up for the night.
Yeah.
But he was all fucked up too. So I mean, he was bleeding like crazy too from all over the fucking place last night. Yeah.
So we'll see where he is Wednesday. See, 4 days from now, let's see what good a shape he's in.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I was only looking at Twitter to see what was going to happen. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had no idea he would win. So
Yeah, me neither.
And France is up 79-74 with 15.5 seconds left to go. And Rudy Gobert is at the foul line and makes a shot, and now they're up 6.
It's all over.
And this Team USA team is trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Complete trash.
Might be the worst team they've ever fielded. I don't know. But it's weird, the roster doesn't look too bad, but it's like I don't understand like why.
Dame got fouled on a 3, and he goes to the line for 3 shots. Good job, Fournier. Good job.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of the rest of Dynamite after the Jericho Spears? I didn't like that Jericho Spears match whatsoever.
Yeah.
The post match stuff, with MJF bringing Gage out.
Yeah.
You text me and was like Nick Gage in all caps, and I think I wrote back, "Fuck" or something.
Yeah.
Or Jericho's gonna die or something. You know what I mean? Like, or why do this? So
yeah, right. The rest of the show was okay, and then we had the, really the. We talked about it off air, but the finale with the Mox match, or I should have said the botch match.
Botch match, yeah. AEW. Follow AEW botches on Twitter. They're a fantastic account. So
yeah. So yeah, I mean that when he slammed him into the chairs and the chairs like didn't really move so good, and I mean, as someone who owns a back, I was like, that can't feel good, So it was okay, but yeah, I don't know. There were some pretty bad shots in that match for me that I just wasn't a fan of.
Yeah, that match was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I said this to you. I'll say this to anybody that asks me. I don't need to see Moxley going on that chair spot was dangerous. I don't need to see him going through barbed wire tables and shit like that when you have a kid at home.
Yeah.
It's just not, I don't need to see it. So, and France wins 83-76. Wow. So I'm going to shut off the cock. That's fucking awful. So, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see both guys bleeding on national TV. I get it for the Texas death match. I get it for the story, but there wasn't really a story told, really.
Yeah, right.
They got the belt off Moxley.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Archer.
Yeah.
So that means they have plans for Archer in New Japan again, I guess.
Apparently, yeah.
Or does he lose to Haku's kid on Wednesday?
I don't know.
Because that's Haku's kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has two. He has 2 sons. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I think, I don't know. I mean, I know Archer had, liked his time in Japan and all that stuff. So maybe it's where he's like, hey, you're not really using me too much here. Might as well.
Well, yeah, they have that working relationship too. So.
Yeah. So, so I wouldn't be surprised if he just, does Japan for a little while. It kind of goes back and forth, but mostly Japan.
Well, the issue now is I said this in our group chat. COVID's spike in Japan is crazy right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to let people over there.
Yeah.
So I don't think Archer's going to Japan anytime soon.
Yeah.
If he wrestles, it's going to be on that New Japan show out in California.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's no way he's going to Japan right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're letting people in. And I wouldn't want to quarantine for 2 fucking weeks either.
Yeah.
In a hotel room hanging out.
Yeah.
So. But other than that, Dynamite. It was a Dynamite show.
Yay.
Chavo Guerrero debuted though.
Yeah, Chavo too. Yeah.
So we have Andrade El Halito is now feuding with the two other Mexican guys in Pac.
Yeah.
Tell me how this makes any sense.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. I don't know.
Wouldn't you do this though? Like, okay, I'm gonna play Booker for a second. Wouldn't you have Andrade come out with his whatever, and then Chavo comes out, and then you have Pac and them come out? Wouldn't you have Penta and Phoenix turn on Pac and beat the fuck out of Pac, and then set up those two and Andrade versus Pac and two other people?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make the most sense?
Well, it makes sense to me. But
okay, all right then. I guess we should book WTV then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your first program is against Ray Phoenix and Penta and Pac.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have real plans for that guy, right?
Yeah. Right.
Just like plans for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yippee.
Which, I mean, it's a good transition, and it's kind of scary when you think about two other people coming in. What are they going to do?
Yeah. What? All right. So we'll talk about Dynamite this week. We have FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. Is that 10-man tag this week too, or is that next?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember. Jericho and Gage is probably going to be the main event, right?
You'd think so. I mean, it has to be on later because just in case it goes, something shitty,
So we get to watch Jericho get murdered at 9:50 at night, more or less.
Yeah, instead of 8:50 when kids are still up. So
yeah, okay, that's a good call. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, let's get right into this now. So when did this happen? Was this Wednesday or was this Tuesday when all this shit broke?
I think it was
Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Okay, so yeah, I knew it happened before
Wednesday, Thursday-ish, right? I think. Yeah. Okay, so rumor number one is we'll get into right now that Daniel Bryan has signed with AEW, and he is going to debut in New York on September 22nd when they debut at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. Well, it's actually Flushing. Okay.
Yeah.
The rumor is they've sold about 17,000 tickets to this show. And it's going to be the highest people they've ever had at a show.
Yeah.
And they could have opened up more tickets and still up to 19,000.
Yeah.
So rumor is Daniel Bryan is signed and he's going to debut at that show.
Yeah.
Thoughts, opinions? What do you think?
Well, first, to start the week, it was Monday. It came out that Daniel Bryan was no longer negotiating with WWE, something like that.
Right, because they took him off the video game.
Yeah,
there's no more toys being made either. So people went fucking crazy for that shit.
Yeah. So then it was well, what the fuck? And then fast forward to Wednesday, that came out, and I think I love him, so I think it's cool if it does happen, but I think for him he wanted more probably career flexibility, and AEW is willing to be oh yeah, you can go do whatever you want, as long as you're here with us, too. So so I think that would appeal to him, but it's I don't know. I'm at the point now, with all these rumor things, until somebody comes out, their music drops and they come out, I don't believe anything until I see it, because there's so many rumors now that it's just Christ, when the last pay-per-view and I was at your house, we're oh, who's the, there's going to be a surprise entrance in this, battle royal and all this shit, it was fucking Leo Rush, so it's So it's like I don't know, but I'd just be happy to see him wrestle again. I'd be happy to see him have more control over his character. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, if you think about it, he can come back as the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson too.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah, right.
which
Is what he would do probably.
yeah,
So,
which is great because
yeah,
I mean that's how I discovered him back in the day. Like John would give me shit all the time. I'd be like, "You need to watch Ring of Honor." He's like, no, WWE's for life. Like Triple H is the man. I give him so much shit for that, even still. So I was like, dude, like Brian, Punk, Joe, McGinnis, like fuck. Those are four, you know what I mean? Like, and then you throw in everybody else that they had at the time, like, Jimmy Jacobs, PJ Whitmer, Alex Shelley, Jack Evans, when Jack Evans was actually decent back in the day. Like, they had a crew and they were great.
yeah,
Brian can have the flexibility of going to work in New Japan, which is what he wants. Okay.
yeah,
But the issue with him is just like Archer. I don't see Daniel Bryan quarantining to go to Japan to wrestle in the G1.
right.
He's got 2 kids and a wife at home. You're not going to want to quarantine going to Japan. And I don't know if that was my wife, I don't think she'd let me go if I had 2 young kids over to Japan. Even if I was making a pile of cash, I don't think it would matter.
Right.
So my issues with Daniel Bryan signing with AEW is, what is he going to do? Who the fuck is he going to wrestle? And who does he lose to first?
Yeah. I mean, Cody, right?
Probably.
Got to be Cody, right?
But if they bring in the other guy,
yeah,
where do they put both of them in the pecking order?
Right.
Like, one guy who hasn't wrestled since 14. Brian hasn't wrestled since April.
Yeah.
Who's the bigger name?
It's still Punk, I think.
Is it?
I don't know. He is to me, but
he is to me too. But you have to ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
So okay, so now the rumors are they're going to sign Punk. You sign Punk and Brian, great, awesome.
Yeah.
You get all this media attention. Everyone's fucking losing their minds. But what do you do with them?
Yeah.
You have one title and you have one TNT title. Okay, Punk's doesn't want the TNT title. Neither does Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Right.
So how do you and you still got Omega there, and Jericho's still there, because let's face it, you sign Punk and you sign Bryan, everybody else just drops.
Yeah.
But signing Punk and Bryan make them instantly credible. And I'm sorry, Chris Jericho, you were the big signing when they first came on, but you're not as you're big, but you're not as big as these two. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, so you signed Punk. Punk hasn't wrestled in forever. Yes, he's done MMA stuff. But what do you do with him?
Yeah.
What do you do with Brian? Like, I mean, these are all valid questions that I would ask myself as the owner of the company. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If I could sign, what do I do with these guys? Because I have too many people now as it is.
Yeah.
We're not. If Punk and Brian show up on Dark or Dark Elevation,
yeah,
you know what I mean, though. You know what I mean? What a waste of time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like the other thing is, it's like, you've been talking about how wins and losses count and everything like that.
Yeah, sure they do.
And, contenders and this and that. So, you can't bring Daniel Bryan in and just immediately have him beat Omega, because then it kind of diminishes that whole thing you're talking about, wins and losses count and all this shit. So I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I mean, I'd bring him in and have him win right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you at this point, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, How do you bring him in though? How do you debut him? How do you debut either one?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
Like, do you debut Punk at like?
Yeah. Like we talking, because of his Colt Cabana beef, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if he came in and had a shoot at, but Colt Cabana's not really a name, but it's just, in comparison to some of these other guys, but
No.
Still, it's like that would be a really good, like, nice, like, shoot angle.
Well, it'd be a good shoot angle for like the wrestlers and then like the fans like us who like know all this shit.
Yeah.
Like we get off on that shit because that'd be some entertaining stuff on the mic. Let's be real.
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like you give Punk a live microphone.
Yep.
Like it's like, okay, that would be like giving me a live microphone at the first staff meeting of the year. I mean,
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's more or less what it would be. So
yeah.
I mean, kiss my ass, kiss his ass, kiss her ass. Like,
yeah.
Stop fucking whining about shit. It's not fucking rocket science, people.
Yeah.
Like all you do is you hit fucking Control P. You can fucking print, pick a fucking printer, like whatever. Like it's not hard. Like I make this shit pretty much idiot proof for you fucking assholes. You still can't fucking do it right.
Yeah.
But still, like, okay. But is Punk this is gonna sound kind of ignorant, but whatever. Man, maybe not ignorant, but is Punk using this as leverage to go back to the WWE for more money?
Hey, I don't know. I mean, people have been talking about that too. So
yeah, but the difference now is the fans are back now.
Yeah,
and they can throw him a pile of money.
Yeah,
and he can come in and say, "I want to do this, this, and this." And if you don't sign me, then I'm not. Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
I'm okay, but okay. You sign Punk to WWE. Who the fuck does he wrestle?
Yeah,
Rollins and Styles.
Yeah.
Does he fight a heel Roman? I mean,
I don't know.
Do you have Punk go against Roman and Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
I mean, because that could be something there. They did it right.
Yeah.
But they don't drag shit out. And neither does AEW. So, like, you can't have long programs with shit because it just gets hotshotted so fucking fast. Like, like, okay, case in point, Cody's fighting fucking Malachi Black in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On TV.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you build that to the pay-per-view and stuff? Because they have different plans for shit already.
Yeah.
Fucking don't hotshot that shit. Keep it fucking brewing for a couple weeks and then put it on the so it's fucking hot. Their pay-per-view stuff's gonna go in fucking cold as fuck.
Yeah. Right.
The only hot match on their pay-per-view right now is gonna be Omega and Page.
Yeah.
Everything else is gonna be fucking dry as fuck.
Yeah.
But again, what do you do with Brian and what do you do with Punk?
Yeah.
You sign these guys. Like, what do you What do you honestly do?
Yeah. I don't know. But part of me is like like I said, until I see them come out, it's all rumors and innuendo to me. So.
Well, Punk followed AEW on Twitter.
Yeah. So did Living Color, but then they unfollowed him. Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
but Punk loves to fuck with people.
Well, yeah, that thing on Instagram.
He knows all these rumors are going on out there, so he's like, "Watch this, I'll do this," and people fucking freaking.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
So it's like I never, I don't know,
Well, right now is probably the best time to be a wrestling fan in a long time if you like this.
Oh, for sure.
Like no one thought 20 years from now we'd be where we are now, where modern wrestling isn't the shitter.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, this modern wrestling stuff is just not. Like, when Vince changed his mindset and went and started catering to kids, that's when everything changed. And that was about 11 years ago.
Yep.
And then you have AEW come in and make it even worse.
Well, at least, there's, there's options. There's better options now.
Is
Like,
there?
you know,
Is there?
well,
Okay, fine. You're a free agent. You want to go to fucking Impact?
well, no. Well, I don't want to go to Impact or TNA or NWA, like anything. It's like, uh, but you know, at least there's like another, like it, you know, it's there's no like, you know, WWE is still the big dog. There's no real competition like that, you
No.
know. But they're fine. They're not in any danger. But it's like at least there's like you know, a good option. You know, like I watch AEW every week. I still don't watch shit for WWE every week. You know, I'll watch if something crazy happens. I'll go on Twitter and look at clips. But it's like
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, that was the first Raw show I watched last Monday in like 6 months.
Yeah.
I watched it because I wanted to see the crowd react.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't a great show. I mean,
Yeah.
the pay-per-view I thought was really good, but the Raw after wasn't that special. I mean,
Yeah.
how many more times can you do Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when does Becky Lynch come back? You know, so it's like I don't know. Like, yeah, you know, we loved AEW, and I mean, we still love AEW, but I am starting to like not necessarily hate it, but just get irritated with it. Like,
Yeah. Right. Well, for sure.
like, and that's just like everything else too. Like, you know, Team USA blows a lead and loses this morning to France. Like, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, you know, my biggest worry about two of my favorite wrestlers are if they come to AEW, what are they going to do with them? And same thing if they go to WWE, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I mean, AEW is run by Cody, the Bucks, and Omega. Okay,
Yeah.
they're always on TV. Cody's on TV less than the other two, but
Yeah.
the Bucks and Omega are always on TV, and it's getting really annoying.
Yeah. Right.
You know, when the Bucks change their Twitter bio to hopefully they take our finish, like, come the fuck on. Like, you know, and when you're in 3 of the 7 series for your fucking figures,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think it's too much Bucks, but they're not gonna go off TV because their ego's so big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like you said, we'll see we'll see. But
Yeah.
if they're smart, they debut Punk in Chicago on that Wednesday before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That way you can get a buy rate on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you don't debut him on Rampage. You don't you know what I mean? You debut him on Dynamite. But the issue is, well, what do you do?
Yeah. And I don't have a good answer for that.
I don't think Tony Khan has an answer either.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, so then you debut Punk at the end of August, beginning of September. Then you debut Bryan 3 weeks later. Then what?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not going to be a heel Punk; it's going to be a face Punk in Chicago.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Even though personally, I want to see a heel Punk.
Yeah.
Because I think heel. Look, babyface Punk, cool. Heel Punk is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be instantly their top heel in 30 seconds. Just give him like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they don't really have that. Because is Omega really a heel?
I mean, he tries to be. It's like Don Callis being with him is what makes everybody hate Kenny more.
Well, yeah, Callis and then the Bucks and then the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, and his awful facial hair.
Yeah, but it's not like. But it's not like heel.
No,
it's not like that asshole heel. That I mean that's what MJF kind of does, but I mean he's no Punk. I mean
no, Punk would instantly be the top heel in the company.
Yeah,
and it would be glorious.
Yeah.
Man, heel Punk with a microphone every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So
Works for me. But we'll see.
Punk comes out and gets cheered like crazy. Then do you have him turn or do you have him roll with it? I mean, that's a valid question you got to ask yourself. I mean, okay, he's in Chicago. We've always said Punk's the only one that gets that kind of pop at home with wrestler wise.
Yeah.
Unless you're in Canada and all the fucking Canadians get cheered, but it's different. Okay.
Yeah.
In America, Punk's the only one that gets that friggin'
hometown
pop. Nobody else. Seen it in Massachusetts, yeah, kind of, but it blows. Punk's,
it's not the same, yeah.
Well, unless you have Austin in Texas, because that pop at WrestleMania 32 was pretty loud.
Yeah, that was cool, yeah.
But still, okay, but Austin's not around a lot, so okay.
Yeah.
Punk comes out, and the place goes fucking batshit crazy, and they go crazy for like 2 minutes or whatever. Then he gets on the mic and cuts a fucking scathing promo, and then he's instantly fucking turned heel.
Yeah.
Do you do it, or do you let him be babyface and then have him turn later?
I don't know. I think it would be really hard to turn him heel in Chicago, just because everyone's going to be going apeshit. Like that momentum, I don't know what he can do to turn there, because it doesn't matter what he does. Like everyone's still going to cheer, So I don't know. I mean, I think you got to turn him at some point if you do bring him in, but it's like, but I think it would be almost impossible to turn him heel there because there's nobody in that company who Chicago would, cheer for.
No.
So
no. I mean, Cabana's from Chicago, but no one really cares.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
I mean, because he's in that stupid dork order group that doesn't mean shit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, how would you? I don't know how you would debut him. That's the thing. Or even Brian. I don't know how you would do it either.
Yeah.
Because everything leaks so fast these days. So, like, nothing's a surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Malachi Black was a surprise. I didn't think that was coming.
Yeah. That was pretty surprising.
Chavo, I didn't see Chavo coming last week either.
Yeah, but I think Chavo is going to be one of those guys who's mostly kind of like a trainer like type deal.
Yeah, I mean they haven't said anything if they sign. Oh, so they signed Thunder Rosa finally.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. They bought out her NWA contract and they signed her.
Yeah.
So hopefully she gets, she'll get something at some point. So
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she got so she did a dark match or a dark elevation match after Dynamite, and she came out with the Texas flag and got a huge pop because she's from Texas.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay, back to sidebar, but I don't know. I don't really know what to do with any of these guys. I mean, I don't know, like, because they've blown so much shit in 2 years. I just don't know if I have any confidence in them to debut anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, all right. So now we'll get back on this. We'll get back on this train. What do you pay these guys? Like that's
it depends on what their work schedule is going to be like, and if we're sharing them with if they're sharing.
Okay, their work schedule is every fucking Wednesday.
Right.
No fucking house shows.
But I mean, are they? Is it a deal where it's like, okay, you want to go to Japan, so we'll pay you this, and but we know you're going to be going to Japan for 6 months or whatever, so they're going to have to pick up some of the cost, for some of this. But
Tony Khan on Eric Bischoff's face, and then Scott Hall is Daniel Bryan, and Punk is Kevin Nash. That John just sent that to me, us right now. That's so great. Like, that's so awesome. Like, I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
I should send you guys a picture of Zack Ryder all bleeding to death.
Yeah. Well, I saw it already, but
Hey,
yeah.
here's what happened on my Saturday night. But honestly, though, what do you give these guys for money? Like, so you say, okay, so you can go work anywhere you want.
Yeah.
It has to get cleared through me first, or us, or the office first.
Yeah.
But you'll be here every Wednesday, and then I'll give you $5 million a year.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll fly you in every week to wherever we are.
yeah.
You can go do independent stuff. You can go to Japan if it works around our schedule, but we have first priority.
Yep.
You need to, clear stuff with me first. I can't see Punk going to New Japan.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like WWE could, probably offer a bigger contract to these people, but with them, it's so restricted, and it's like, yeah, you don't get to write any of your own shit. You don't get to, do anything.
Right.
You can, and we want you to somehow. We want you to do, X amount of house shows, and we want you to, like whatever. So I don't know. So it's one of those things where maybe they get a little less from AEW, but because of the schedule flexibility, it becomes more worth it. So I don't know. I don't know money wise. Because I have no idea like what they're paying any of their guys like AEW. So I don't know.
Cody, the Bucks, and Omega and Jericho make a lot of money, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all I know about Jericho's contract is when he said he signed it, he goes, wow, this isn't a wrestling contract. This is like a hockey contract. This is like an NHL player contract. But so I don't know. He never said like what that is,
No. I mean, but you can't sign everybody that kind of money either, though.
Oh, right.
You go bankrupt real fast.
Yep.
I don't know. But then we'll talk about this for a second too. Now the rumor is now that The Rock is coming back. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Rocket Survivor Series to set up everything with Roman for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
In Texas. Does anybody care? Like, do you care?
I mean, obviously it's cool, but it's an appearance, it's like he's not coming back to wrestle full time. He's like, one of, if not like the biggest like movie stars now, like in the world. So it's like, it's an appearance fee. It's not.
Well, think about this.
It's like, so for me, it's like, oh, it's cool to see you, but it's like, cool,
Think about this. Think about this for a second. He made like $85 million either last year or the year before.
Yeah.
You don't need to come back.
No.
Because you're already gonna have Cena put over Reigns. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have Rock put over Reigns. Okay. That's like 6 months apart, 8 months apart. Right. Yeah. So after that, what do you do with Reigns after that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you had your two biggest baby faces in history besides Hogan and Austin put over your heel champion.
Yeah.
Then what does he do?
I don't know.
He loses to Jeff Hardy on a Raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, that was me.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't have those answers. I mean, because, well, they might have those answers, but they'll change them 30 times between now and then.
Yeah.
But okay, cool. Like, if I was Reigns, I'd be like, okay, so you're gonna have me beat Cena and The Rock at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. What do I do in between, and then what do I do after? That would be my questions.
Yeah.
Because to me, that means Reigns keeping the title for another year.
Yeah.
At least.
Because who's gonna, like, after you beat those two guys,
What's left?
Like what's left and like that people would be interested in,
Nobody. No one's really interested in it now.
Yeah.
People are happy that Cena's back because it's Cena, and they'll be interested for like a month. But as soon as Cena leaves after SummerSlam, what do you do with Roman for 6 months?
Yeah.
7 months till WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then who do you have him fight at Survivor Series? Like, because that's their next big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody else left for him to fight.
Right.
Unless he fights both his cousins, the Usos, because they turn on him or something. But even that no one wants to see because he's just going to beat them. So he has no credible opponents right now.
No.
I mean, Finn Balor challenged him, but no one cares about Finn Balor.
Yeah, exactly.
And they already did the Edge thing, so that's done. Yeah. Now they're going to move on to Edge versus Seth at SummerSlam, probably. There's nobody left, dude. Like, there's nobody left.
Yeah.
You're not going to bring Lesnar in to lose, so that's fucking, that's out the window. I mean, you could do a face Lesnar versus a heel Roman and Heyman, but Lesnar's not going to want to lose. Like, so you're not going to pay Lesnar fucking whatever he wants, $10 million to come in and lose.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, what we've talked about today with both companies are very valid points that I don't know if anyone's even looking at other than us. What do you do? Punk, Bryan, what do you do? Reigns, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do with these people, and
well, so many people just get lost in the excitement of these guys coming in. It's like, so but what do you do?
Right.
What do you do? So,
I mean, yes, I understand they're going to have to lose, but the issue is, I don't want them to lose to Cody. I don't want them to lose to people like that. Like, if they're going to lose, they need to lose and elevate people like a Miro, like a Darby Allin, like an Ethan Page, like a Jungle Boy, like MJF, maybe like somebody young that's going to be there, because Punk's going to be 43. Daniel Bryan's already 40 or 41.
Yeah.
These guys are older. Punk is past his prime, even though he hasn't wrestled since 14, but he didn't wrestle that much in 14. So Bryan's at the end of his career, like, I mean, these are all valid questions that people like us want answers to, and we will never get them.
Yeah.
Because either way, they can come in and we're going to find holes in it because we're going to hate it at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, cool. It'd be cool to go to WrestleMania in Dallas to see The Rock. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be so cool to go to a WrestleMania and see The Rock and Reigns. It'd be great. But then, like you said, at the end of the day, what's next?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could see. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's no one, like, there's nobody else to. There's no one left. Like, there's nobody left to push. Like you're not going to push Sheamus. You're not going to. I mean, they've already done. They've already done Drew. Like. So at what, Clash of the Champions, you do Lashley versus Reigns, and they ends in a DQ. Like, bring Hulk Hogan back. The title.
Don't say that.
Do a WrestleMania 9 finish all over again. Imagine.
Hogan, we need you to come in and lose to Reigns. That doesn't work for me, brother.
60 years old. It doesn't work for me, brother. So Bischoff said, I think on his podcast this week, they were talking about Orton, and Conrad asked him if he's talked to Hogan. He said, he called me, but I didn't have my phone. So he says he's still going through his divorce with his wife. They've been battling for 13 years.
Holy fuck.
Because he was in litigation last week and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, it takes him 13 years to get divorced? Like, for real?
Well, I'm sure what happened was, they did the divorce and everything, and then he got that big settlement from, you
Bubba.
know, yeah. So, so it's kind of like, so now I bet they go, well, let's go back and try to get more money. And so now it's fighting that. So
It's cheaper to stay married than get divorced.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm fucked.
It's even cheaper to not get married.
Oh, our wedding was pretty cheap, so I mean, we had a pandemic wedding, so it's fine.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we did. So I mean, ours was pretty cheap, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive thing was the Olive Garden. I think that was like $500.
Yeah, Jesus.
400 bucks, maybe 300 bucks, whatever. I don't know. I think the food was the most expensive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, you own the venue.
Yeah, true.
So you save some money there,
Yeah, yeah, and I didn't pay for tables and chairs and things like that.
Yeah,
We got all that. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else before we wrap this shit up?
Well, one of the other big things in the sports world this week was the NFL coming out and saying, "Hey, if you have a COVID outbreak on your team, we're not rescheduling shit anymore. You're taking an L." So, that's their way of saying, you fuck with that. You're not fucking with our money anymore. Fuck you. So they're like, we're not rescheduling shit. We're not changing dates. If you have an outbreak and your team can't do it, then fuck you. So then so people like DeAndre Hopkins came out and said, for the first time, ever, I'm questioning if I want to play in this league anymore and stuff like that. And it's like, now, like, this is the first time you're like, forget all the torn ACLs, concussions,
Yeah.
Shaving 5 years off your life, every season.
Yeah.
Now this is the thing that's making you question your decision.
Yeah.
So,
So you want to know what I tell you want to know what I tell him?
what?
Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Like, oh no, I'm like, typically I don't agree with much shit the NFL does, but I'm like, this is good because it was like, last season was a mess with all the fucking postpone and cancel, and reschedule, people losing bye weeks and all this shit. And now, this is going to be a situation where now there's going to be fans in the stadiums. So it's like, if you fuck this, like, you're fucked, like, and everyone, no one gets a game check. Nobody on the team, nobody gets game checks that week. If so, so this is their way of saying, we're not telling you need to get vaccinated, but we're telling you, if you fuck this, we're all done, changing our plans and everything, and us losing money. Fuck you, you're losing money.
Yeah.
So, because it's all money at the end of the day. Nobody.
I'll ask you this question. So, do you want to be that one guy in the locker room that loses it for everybody?
No, nobody. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's like, so everyone, in football, it's this big macho thing, brothers, and I'll go back out there with a broken leg for my teammates and all this stuff. And now it's like, how about you take this vaccine? And they're like, I don't know. I'm worried about my safety. And it's like, why? It's like, now?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's hypocritical and just dumb. But I was happy as a football fan who, I like Sundays. I like just sitting in front of a TV and watching football all day. Like, I'm glad to know that, my games that I want to watch aren't going to get all fucked up and changed around and all that shit. So,
right. And the biggest thing too is it's an 18-week regular season now.
Yeah, right.
So you have an extra game now. So,
yes.
And there's 13 teams that are like over 80% or 85% vaccinated right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Buffalo is gonna have a hard time with this shit.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Cole Beasley, I think, has already lost his mind, more or less.
Yeah.
Look, I get it. Like, I get
it too, but at this point, and how many, and B's, he's a decent player, but he's not DeAndre Hopkins level, that's for
No,
sure. And it's
no,
like,
no, not even close.
if it comes down to a situation, I think the Bills would easily cut bait with him, like, more than the Cardinals would cut bait with Hopkins. But
Oh, for sure.
but we'll see how it all plays. We'll see what happens when, if how it actually is handled when it comes down to it. Because right now it's all just, people reacting or overreacting to just what could happen. So it's like, we'll see when it does actually happen what it looks like. So
I mean,
because who knows? But
so like if you and I are on the same team and I'm the cause for you not to get paid for that game, I'm in trouble.
yeah, I'm mad.
People are gonna fucking
Yeah.
not. It's gonna be a shit show, and it's not gonna
Yeah.
be good. And
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that's gonna ruin it for 53 people.
Right. Well, plus staff, plus
and
and
some
fans.
guys and a lot of these guys, like the underneath guys, need the money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
yeah. And like I said, it's not just the players, it's the coaching staff, it's everybody. They don't get a game show.
They said the whole coaching staff has to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
Like coaches, trainers,
Yeah.
all front office staff, all that, they have to be vaccinated. That's
Yeah.
why you saw one of the Patriots coaches like not coach.
Yeah.
And then there was rumors that a Vikings coach was doing it, but now they're negotiating with him or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyway, John just sent a funny meme to us. It's CM Punk sitting on the Raw stage, and I quote, "I like to think that maybe this company will be better off once Tony Khan is dead, but it's going to be taken over by Dusty's dumb daughter-in-law and his doofus son." Oh my god, that is precious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the best meme I think I've seen in a long time.
That's a really good one.
That is fantastic. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, whoever made that, they're not wrong.
Yeah, they're not right. Yeah, that's good.
Oh god. Well, I swear, if Tony Khan got run over by a bus tomorrow, that company would just fold because his father would be like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going back to, making bumpers and, doing the Jaguars, but
yeah, I'm gonna go run that soccer team into the fucking ground overseas.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Fulham. Well, they've never been good, so it's like
no.
So it was cool, yeah. So I mean, unfortunately, that's how it is. In Premier League, they take the top 3 C's from the division below and raise them up, and then typically those same 3 teams go right back down afterwards because they don't have the money yet. If they stick around for a year, then they can boost things a little bit. But yeah, so I didn't have high. I wished them well. They were the underdog team I was kind of pulling for just because of the Tony Khan connection. But realistically, if you don't have money in soccer now, you're not going to win anything. So
no. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just sent you a link. So before we go, Mattel released all their new figures coming up.
That's a cool macho.
It is a cool macho, but you can't find it. Of course.
Yeah.
Scott Hall sold out. Bigelow you can't find, and Stud you can order, but I don't know if I want. I like the Stud, but
yeah,
the macho's the Chase one because he's got the fucking he has a different color thing. He's got the coffee cream.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
I know. I'm gonna have to go to Target like every day and fucking find this.
God, yeah, that's cool.
That's the coolest figure ever.
Yeah.
So Mattel put out their new line. They're coming out with more retros. Okay. It's Piper, Orton, Okerlund, and I think Mr. T.
Wow.
Yeah. They're gonna
The
have
same as the Slaughter one.
no. The Slaughter one's different. The Slaughter, these are actually the small retros that look like Hasbro.
Oh, I got you. Okay, gotcha.
And then they're releasing like, remember the AWA Remco figures?
Yep.
They're releasing some figures like that.
Huh.
Yeah, and remember the Masters of the Universe figures? Well, those are done. They're not doing them anymore.
Yeah.
Remember Andre the Giant in that movie?
Princess Bride.
No, the other one. $7 million Man or whatever it was, $6 million Man.
I never saw it.
So they're doing like toys that are based on movies. So like The Rock is out with Rock and Hobbs and the Rock. They released a Cena one for Fast 9. Then they put out a Piper with They Live.
Really?
As an elite, and they're elites.
Yeah.
And then they put out a scene, Roman Reigns in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
The Rock as a Scorpion King, and then Andre the Giant as Bigfoot in the $6 million Man.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and they got out a couple there's a couple Hogans that are coming out like elite wise that are pretty cool. Yeah. The new Legends series is pretty cool. Oh, there goes Pete going by your house.
Yeah. Somebody got stabbed. I don't know.
Well, probably either stabbed, but there is lots of drugs up in Vacation Landing apparently. So, in case anyone needs a drug fix that watches our show, Vacation Landing and Brewer, they got plenty of them. So, yeah, they did. They released a bunch.
They don't sponsor our show. That was a free plug.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you want to sponsor our show, throw me some drug money. I can usually go to Florida, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I really didn't realize planning this trip, like how expensive Disney's gonna be and Discovery Cove. Like,
it sucks.
You can't go to Florida frugally if you go with a family and want to go to the fucking theme parks.
No.
It's fucking asinine how much. Yep. It's like $225 to go to Discovery Cove for a day.
Yeah.
And I gotta buy 4 tickets. I basically need to put myself on the side of a street corner and hold myself out so I can make some money. So if any women watches our show, I'm 6'2", 75, 9. I have a pretty large cock. It's perfectly fine. Oh shit! Just kidding. I'm sorry. Just kidding. $300 will get you. I'll do anything for $300.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
This is completely gone off the rails, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of new toys coming out that I think are going to be great. My problem now is I have no room for anything, so I run out of wall space.
Have to figure out how to put them on the ceiling.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to put them on the ceiling. Yeah. My AEW figures aren't even on the wall; they're on a shelf, just kind of like hanging out. Because I have no room anywhere.
Yeah.
The next Unraveled series is the Bucks and FTR and Archer and Nia Rose. So basically, there's 6 guys in that pack instead of 5 guys and a woman. And then their first other wave is Cody as an LJN, which I really want to get because that's cool as shit. Darby Allin, Britt Baker, Miro. I can't remember who else, but I really want the Cody LJN. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. This week's going to be interesting. How Raw's live. Dynamite. Matt Cardona. What's that look like for him going forward with the garbage wrestling stuff? If you go on Twitter, folks, and check out some of the stuff from that match, you'll watch it and cringe. And I basically watched it and cringe, and I still don't know why he did that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I don't know.
People said now he's like now he's a legend now in death matches now. Apparently.
It's like, if you do one porno, you're automatically a porn star, I guess. So it's like,
I've never done a porno.
well, neither have I, but I'm just saying, you do like one death match. I don't think that makes you like a king of the death match. So
Maybe I should open up like an OnlyFans site.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Something to think about,
Yeah, I can sell videos of myself
Yeah.
masturbating to toys.
Wrestling figures, though. No. It's not the normal toys you would think of in a sexual, context.
Oh,
It's
toys.
It's Macho Man holding a cream of the crop.
That's right. Andre the Giant Hasbro. That looks, you know what I mean? Like, there you go. Good Lord. Wow, this has gone off the rails. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Well, this has been a fun show. So
yeah, I think we all learned.
So. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're done. This has been the weekly wrap, and we're out of here.